I've been staring at these doors for way too long. Today, I'm finally going to finish them. We'll get the skins welded, we'll get those welds dressed, and we'll seal everything in 2 coats of epoxy. This is where it all comes together, but not before a 50-year-old part tries to shut us down. In our previous video, we took our passenger side door frame and we installed a new GM door skin onto that frame. I showed you the process of folding over the hem flange. Once that was completed, we took the door and test fitted it back to the car to make sure that it contoured the quarters and the fenders and that there was no racking going on within the door. We now have our driver's side caught up with our passenger side, and it's time to finish both of them. Okay, so this is our first look at our newly installed driver's side door skin on Project OverKill. Basically, the gaps look good, the body lines look good, the rocker turned out really nice. I wanted to share this with you guys. This is a tool for spacing boards when you're building decks, and I learned about this from Rick over at Carthage Classic Cars. It's got a 3/16, a 1/4 inch, a 1/8, and a 1/16 spacer, and that works good for gapping. You can see here on the basically the door to quarter gap, I've got a real nice 3/16 gap that goes all the way down. We did have to adjust the hinges on the pillar side, and we had it looking pretty good. I'll show you a snapshot. The gap was a little large like it was with the previous door, but this is weldable. This door, the contours followed the quarter as well as the rocker and the fender. So now it's time to get the door, get it off the car, prep it for welding. This may be the only door skin video install that you see a welding blanket being stuffed down inside the door. Only me, right? Like I said, just gonna take a little bit of precaution here just to keep from burning the inside of this door up. All right, something like that right there. We'll bring you guys along for the welding procedure, and you're actually going to be viewing the welding process through this Digital Infinity helmet. I've got it set at a shade 9. The helmet that I'm going to be using is the one you guys have always seen me use. It's my Digital Elite. I've had this for a while. As far as the lens goes, the Infinity, you can see out of it a lot more. It's a more wider view. But as far as the welding pool and everything, to me, they're about the same. They both have like a yellowish tint, and actually you'll be able to see through the lens before we actually strike an arc. You'll watch it darken, and we'll blow some holes and you'll see us fix that. It takes me a minute to get the welder fine-tuned for our project here. I had originally set it up on our practice door skin, but once we get into it, we're a little hot. And we'll blow a few holes, but you'll see all that happen on camera. You will notice that I've kind of doctored these up with, this is a Black Stallion chin guard here. This is also to prevent light from entering into the helmet. Basically with these LED lights, as much lighting as I've got in the garage, a lot of times when I'm welding without these covers on it, basically your whole inside of your helmet will light up and you can see every bit of this, and it kind of messes with your eyes on the workpiece that you're trying to weld. The best way that I can describe it to you is like trying to drive in the dark with your dome light in your car on. It's the same principle. Everything is lit up and you're trying to watch something outside that's dark. So I really like these, and if you're kind of looking for a welding helmet, this may be one you want to look at. You're going to be giving it a try out here in the garage with me. I'll have links for all this on Amazon. I don't know if they sell the helmets, but I'll definitely have the links from where I bought this and bought these. And like I said, these were a big help for me. burn a hole right away. You're gonna have to get this welder tuned in. Turn the heat down just a touch. There it is. That one did much better. We got her dialed in now, you can. We got her dialed in. I tell you, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but when this Lincoln is tuned in just right, it's got a distinct sound to it. And it sounds really good right now. There's a hole in that one there. That's all right. All right, so hopefully you guys can see what we're doing. I've got the top of the door set up. I've got it prepped for welding. We'll have a groove. Okay, so we got it all welded, and I'm going to give you a look at the way it all turned out here on the flange. We had some welds that did really good, and then we had some welds that fought us quite a bit. And you guys saw some of that on the camera, but you can see some of them did really well, and some of them we got a little grinding to do. They'll all grind. I did right here on the corner weld up just a little bit of the corner just to give it some strength. And then here on the top of the door shell to the skin, you see here some of these welds did really well, and some of them won't need to be touched up at all, and then we'll grind some of them. Overall, they're not bad. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the grinding procedure. Normally start out with the Norton medallion. This is a 89034 disc, and I'll have links in the description below. I've been using this one forever. This is kind of what they look like brand new. So you see this one still has a lot of life left in it. We'll come in here on the weld, we'll grind this down just till we get to the base metal. And from there, we can start in on one of these smaller discs. These are the Roll-Locks, and you buy these in a 3-inch, and we keep cutting them down to the 2, and then we'll cut them down to the 1. So once we get it almost to the base metal, we can switch over to this and grind it down until we start hitting the base metal, and we've got a 2-inch and a 3-inch that we can use to blend it. I don't think I'll need the 3-inch on this flange. Also, in some areas we may end up using our belt sander. That's my Harbor Freight belt sander, and that's the clutch from Northern Tool. Both of them are fitted with 3M belts. They work really well. You guys have seen that before. Just show you a little bit of the grinding process. I know that's kind of boring. Let's do do that one next. That one's got a lot of weld to cut down. This is 80 grit on the orange. I've got the welds dressed down. It's coming along really nicely, as you can see. And over here on the front, you can see what we did there. I left most of that weld in there. And I'm working on getting this thing sanded. You see right there's the back of the door. And then right here is the bottom of the door. But I had originally put a section in right here. Due to the rust. And I did have a little bit of a weld seam there that needed to be addressed. I'd actually forgot all about it. I came in here one night and I put a coat of epoxy down with an airbrush. I actually put about 3 coats on it. And then I come back the next day and filled this weld seam with fiberglass filler. And I've just now got it sanded down. And I went back and I've hit the bare metal with 80 grit and I've got everything cleaned. And tomorrow I'm going to try to put some more epoxy just on this area. We got the fiberglass filler sanded really good. I got 2 coats of epoxy on it and it has basically disappeared. It's looking like it's ready for the next step, which is prepping it for more epoxy. Okay, so it has been a long time coming, but we are here. And this door shell, driver side, is definitely ready for some epoxy. Pretty happy with the way it's looking. We're all set up to spray. Everything's masked. Everything's been cleaned twice, once with the waterborne cleaner and once with the solvent. Everything is prepped in 80 to 180. I want to try to get the bare metal coated first, and then we'll come back and traditionally paint it. All right, so we got the door back on the car. I've got it unmasked. If you remember, I had stuffed a welding blanket down inside the door. When I weld with that Lincoln 180C, it likes to rain brimstone down on you. But overall, it turned out really nice. I wanted to show you here on the inside. Still looks really nice. There's a few areas that you could see a little bit of discoloration coming up from where we welded the flange, but overall it's not too bad. And I think I mentioned in a previous clip that we most likely will be gapping this car, and once we do that, we'll have to do some more welding, and at that point we can flood the seam with epoxy and do our seam sealer. But for now, everything's looking okay.